If you want to disappear completely and never ever be found again, I'm going to tell you exactly how right now. I'm going to share with you the 5 Ds of disappearing like a spy. I'm a former CIA officer. My name is Jason Hanson. So yes, I know a little bit, a tad bit. However, I know that in the comments, because this is YouTube, I'm probably going to have a bunch of comments from somebody who tells me I'm wrong, who probably is 35 years old and lives in his parents' basement. So, hey, what do I know, right? Okay, when it comes to the 5 Ds of disappearing like a spy, this is if you need to vanish without a trace. I do a lot of consulting with women who have abusive ex-spouses, ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends, psycho stalkers, so they have a lot of motivation to disappear. I'm going to walk you through some of the training I give them. Hopefully, nobody's trying to kill you. Hopefully, they don't have any serious threats. But hey, if you want to vanish, for legal reasons, this is the stuff you're going to know, or you need to know, and unless you've been in the intelligence community, nobody else knows it. So here we go, good stuff. The 5 Ds of disappearing like a spy. Number 1, distance. And I'm going to tell you in depth on the next slide, on the next super flippy chart page. And so we got distance, direction, decoy.
Yes, I screwed on my C.
Disguise and doubt. Distance, direction, decoy, disguise, and doubt. Here we go, starting with number 1. Distance. What does distance mean? Well, it means we're going to distance not only physical location, but everything about ourselves. So for an example, let's say your name is Adam Smith. You're from Baltimore, Maryland. If you're from Baltimore, Maryland, I'm sorry. I used to live there in the inner city, Baltimore. Not the world's best place. Always one of like top 5 murder capitals of the United States. So hopefully you're really not from Baltimore, Maryland, but I've spent way too much time there. So you're Adam Smith, Baltimore, Maryland. We've got to create a cover identity for you because you've got to go on the run. And so first D is distance. What does that mean? Well, if you come to me and you say, hey, Jason, I want to create my cover identity. I want to say where I'm really from is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Washington, D.C. I'm going to say no bueno, because when it comes to distance, you want to create a lot of distance from where you're from. So we would say, hey, creating your cover identity, you're no longer from Baltimore, Maryland. You are from Las Vegas, Nevada. You are from Albuquerque, New Mexico. You're from Salt Lake City, Utah. You're from Texas. That's enough distance. So remember, creating your cover story / your cover identity, you don't want to be from Baltimore, Maryland and be like, yeah, I'm from the Washington, D.C. area. That's an hour's drive. That's not enough distance. We are creating a whole new cover story so you can disappear without a trace. So make sure there's distance physical-wise. Your new location, for the purposes of this video, we're going to say you're from Texas, right? Also, why did I write no football here? Well, Adam Smith, he loves football. Big Baltimore Ravens fan, big, huge football fan. You need to distance yourself from you, meaning everything you liked. So you're no longer a football fan. You hate football. If you love exercising, now you're like, I'll do it, but I hate it. I'm not into lifting weights. It sucks. I just do it, but you're not excited about it. If, for instance, me, I love guns, I love knives, I go to gun shows. I'm actually going to a knife show this weekend. If somebody's trying to hunt me down, well, they can know, go to gun shows, go to knife shows. Well, guess what? The new Jason, since I have to distance myself from everything I like, I would not go to gun shows, I would not go to knife shows. I would have to be like, hey, I hate guns, they're bad. I'd have to be like, yay, communism, isn't it the greatest thing in the world, right? I would have to do everything that is the exact opposite of the real me. So when you're creating your cover, distance yourself location-wise, and also distance yourself from things you like. Plus, remember, if you're creating a new name, if your name is Adam Smith, you're not going to say like, my new name is Adam Smithers. My new name is Adam Sanders. Adam Sandler. My new name is Adam Jordan, or whatever. Your new name needs to be far enough away from your old name. So I just put Bob Anders here. Pick whatever name you want, but don't make your new name super close to your old name. Distance, distance, distance. Okay, that is the number 1 D of the 5 Ds of disappearing without a trace. Okay, let's go to decoy. Well, I just said that you're not going to walk around in your Baltimore Ravens t-shirt. You're going to have decoys. So for example, what did I put down here? AC/DC. I like AC/DC. I'm a big AC/DC fan. If you're not, I don't know if we could be friends, but if you hated AC/DC, you could walk around and start wearing an AC/DC shirt because you're distancing yourself. You're decoying of who you really are. You're not walking around in your Baltimore Ravens shirt. You're not talking about football. Decoy. Gardening. Let's say you real me. I'm not a huge gardener. I mean, we do have some fruit plants and trees, and we do have a garden for survival purposes, but admittedly I don't enjoy it. But if you are not a gardener and you hated gardening, for Decoy, you could say, hey, I like gardening now. In your vehicle, in your house, in your wherever, you could have gardening pamphlets. You could have gardening books as decoys. If you hated yoga, and I don't hate it, but I'm just not a yoga guy, well, you could be like, hey, I'm going to the yoga studio now. I'm buying yoga clothes or whatever that stretchy stuff is that people love. So it's all about the decoy. Again, look at the shirt I'm wearing. I like guns. I would not ever wear this shirt again if I was going on the run. I'd probably have some shirt, I'm trying to think what liberals wear. Some like avocado toe shirt. I have no idea. But anyway, I would get some like hippie liberal shirt and be wearing it around and not wearing my gun stuff. So decoy, decoy, decoy. Think of all the stuff you do on a regular basis that shows what you like. Again, I'm wearing tactical cargo pants. So I like these because it carries my gun, it carries my knife. I mean, right now I've got on me my Sig Sauer P365. If I was going on the run, I'm not wearing cargo pants. I'm wearing, dare I say, skinny jeans. Ugh, that would have to be my decoy, wearing skinny jeans, right? So think of all the stuff you need to do to change who you are and not tip people off by wearing cargo pants and a gun shirt or whatever else you wear. Okay, number 3, disguise. Okay, just hit on this a little bit. So let's say we're gonna go to Texas, okay? And we're gonna say we're from Texas and we obviously want to blend in. Well, you want to have a good disguise. Now, depending on where you are, obviously different locations in the country, different people wear different things. So if I'm now moving to Texas and saying I'm originally from there, maybe I'm saying I was, let me think, let's say I said I'm moving to Dallas, but maybe I'm claiming I'm originally from San Antonio. Well, we can have a little disguises here, right? Yes, we can maybe have a cowboy hat. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jason, you look absolutely ridiculous wearing this cowboy hat. That's true, but I haven't planned my full disguise yet. What is this thing like flapping around in my side of my head? It's part of my, by the way, first time I ever bought a cowboy hat, and I may be wearing a girl's cowboy hat because I was looking at them and I was like, is that a boy's cowboy hat, a girl's cowboy hat? They all look the same to me. So I may be wearing a woman's cowboy hat right now. But anyways, again, you're thinking I look ridiculous, but guess what? If I needed to create a cover identity, I could easily become Cowboy Jason. I could, hold on, let me grab my trusty shirt. I could become a rootin' tootin' cowboy if I needed to, if I was motivated enough. If somebody was trying to kill me, it smells like perfume or something. Weird. First time I've ever worn it. Anyways, if somebody was trying to kill me and I was motivated enough that I need to disappear without a trace, you better believe I would be the darn best cowboy you ever saw. You could wear cowboy boots. You do whatever you needed to do. Maybe you said you wanted to move to California. I personally would not move to California. Oh, but should I? See, there we go, doing the exact opposite. But if you move to California, you can become a surfer dude. You could grow your hair out. So me, again, I've got short hair. I'm pretty conservative, whatever. Maybe I do, heaven forbid, move to California and become a surfer guy. Think about your new location that you're disappearing to, what you can wear. If somebody expects you to be this straight-laced accountant with short hair from Baltimore, Maryland, and all of a sudden you're a cowboy in Texas wearing cowboy boots, and obviously I wouldn't have my cargo pants on, you creating that disguise, which makes it harder to obviously track you down. Okay, doubts. Did I already go through all of them? Oh, we're already on number 5. Yeah, we already went much quicker than I thought. Okay, final one, doubts. If you are vanishing without a trace, if you want to make sure that you're never ever going to be found again, remember that you are always sowing doubt in people's mind. You never ever break, I put character, but you never ever break your cover identity, your cover story. If you're in Texas, you can't let it slip that, hey, I love the Baltimore Ravens. You've got to live that new cover story. And that's what trips people up, which is why when I'm training people, I say, listen, unless you have a death threat, a serious threat, most people are not motivated enough because it takes a lot of work. You always have to be thinking like, hey, Jason, me, really likes football, really likes guns, knives. So when you see walk past a gun store, whatever, you can't be like, oh, I really want to go in and walk toward it and stare in the windows and whatever, because if anybody was following you or seeing that, be like,
huh, that's strange. I thought he was, I thought he hated guns. Why is he doing that?
So always sow doubt, never break character, never ever forget who you are. Okay, quick recap. 5 D's is disappearing. Number 1, distance. Number 2, direction. Oh, I forgot direction. See, now I gotta write that down. I was like, I swear we only went through 4 D's. So yes, so now we gotta go direction, and you're gonna see me write it. As I was planning this, I obviously messed it up. So we have distance, we have decoy, disguise, and doubt. Distance, decoy, disguise, doubt, and last, but certainly not least, and now in the wrong order, but that's okay, is direction. Yes, I know I have terrible handwriting. Deal with it. Okay, all right. The final D, now in the wrong order, since I screwed it up and I wrote too fast as I was getting ready to do this for you, is direction. So what does direction mean? Well, if you live in Baltimore, Maryland, and you decided your new place is gonna be Texas, you are not going in the normal quick route direction, right? So you are not flying from BWI to DFW, right? You are not taking that route because that's a straight direction. If anybody's following you, they're gonna say, huh, we tracked his, credit cards, or we tracked his whatever. He went from BFW to BWI to DFW. Now we know where he's going. You have to take a alternate direction. So think of planes, trains, and Greyhound buses, right? Paying cash as often as you can. So you may fly to, let's make it really inconvenient for us. Let's say we're gonna fly to Seattle, right? You might fly to Seattle, Washington. You may take a bus to Salt Lake City, Utah. Then maybe you are taking an Uber for like 2 hours somewhere. But anyway, it's going to be very inconvenient, which is why, as I said earlier, only people who are motivated want to do it because it's so inconvenient. So just remember, as you are going to your new location, do not go in the obvious direction. Don't do anything that is easy and obvious, because if someone is trained and someone is hunting you, they're going to be able to find you much easier. Then they're like, well, crap, he was here in Seattle, then a bus in Salt Lake, and then this, and then he took a train here, and then he did this. Also remember, probably not going to have the pros hunting you. You're probably not going to have anybody in the intelligence business hunting you, but you've only got to screw up once. They can take as long as they need to hunt you down. They can take years. I mean, Osama bin Laden is a good example, and obviously it's great he's dead. But if you're on the run, you've only got to screw up once, which is why you've got to take it seriously. So hopefully you've learned a thing or two from the 5 Ds of disappearing. If you want to learn more, I just came out with a brand new book called Escape: How to Disappear Without a Trace and Never Be Found Again. If you want to get this book, it has not only the 5 Ds, but literally everything you need to know about disappearing without a trace. It's an awesome book. Go to spyvanish.com and grab the book. And again, I hope this is just great information that you have and that nobody's trying to murder you right now. All right, I'm former CI officer Jason Hanson. Go to spyvanish.com and have a wonderful rest of the day.